take it here, feeling lit, feeling like 2 a.m. summer night. Hands on the wheel, fuck that. Hands on the wheel, fuck that. Hands on the wheel, fuck that.
What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. This is one I think you guys are going to like and one that's been requested quite a bit. This is the top 5 of my collection. I do these quarterly. We've done amber so far and oud, I think. Oh, we did citrus, orange citrus one. So we got a lot more left. And this is going to be the top 5 gourmand fragrances in my collection. Because this could take a little bit of time, we're going to get right into it. So the way I do this is, well, let's just get into the video. You'll figure it out. So first, ones that aren't in my collection, that I don't even have samples of, that I think are excellent gourmands, there's 2 that I really like, that I don't, again, I've smelled, but I don't even have samples of them. The first one is Established Con Yak by Kriegler, which is just, so man, it's such a good boozy scent. To me, it smells like apples sitting in cognac. It's just beautiful. A little bit pricey, and I think you only can get it at the Kriegler Boutique, or order it through the Kriegler Boutique, which I think is in the Plaza Hotel. And then the other one that I actually don't even have a sample of is from Christian Dior, the private collection, and it's Fev Delicioso. That's just a beautiful, at first I thought it was just like Tonka Imperial, and the more I sniffed it out, I sort of realized, no, this is chocolate and Tonka and some other stuff going on there as well. So those are 2 excellent. Actually, I might even have a sample of Fev Delicioso. I could be wrong about that, but excellent. Ones that I do have samples of for sure, but I don't have full bottles of, I love Made in Heaven by Lab on Fire. That one has a cereal note in it, and it's really just beautiful. It's sort of has a grainy, sweet smell to it. It's just different. It's unique. It's good. From the House of Montal, I love Chocolate Greedy, beautiful chocolate fragrance, and I love Red Oud, which to me is a sort of smells like a Nilla wafer with oud. From the House of, it used to be Terry Perfumes, now it's, I believe, Kais Perfumes, Kyse. We Plus has a s'mores note in it, which I really like. From Serge Lutens, Jeu de Peau, beautiful sort of buttery cookie note in there. Unknown Pleasures by Kerosene, waffle cone, and a vanilla, sort of vanilla lemon gelato note. Violet Chocolatier by PK Perfumes, which smells like a fine, like a, you know, if you get a really good box of chocolate and they have different fillings, to me that smells like beautiful dark chocolate filled with violet. And then Tobacco Vanille is to me, one of the all-time gourmand fragrances. I don't love it, but in terms of historical significance and how good it, you know, just how well it's made, I think it needs to be there. So I have 1 honorable mention I'm not going to show you for the top 5 of my collection, and 2 honorable mentions I will show you. The one that I'm not going to show you is called Elegance Sombra, and it's also from Kais Perfumes. Fantastic brands, and their 15 ml bottles are like $12 or $13. So whether it's We Plus or Confit Rose, or Vertigo Cure, they're just great gourmand fragrances with just sort of interesting takes on gourmands. The one I really like that I have a 15 ml bottle of is called Elegance Sombra. It's got licorice, birch, cocoa, orange, vanilla, coffee. It sort of smells like Grand Marnier with chocolate. Honorable mention number 1 from the House of Hermes, the Hermès line. This is Amber Narguilé, Amber Narguilé, I guess it's however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, just a fantastic fragrance. If I owned Owajan, Owajan might be on this list instead, because Owajan is like a more intense version of this. But I love this beautiful mix of honey and cinnamon and Tonka and caramel. Not a true amber fragrance, but it's just beautiful. I don't really get the apple note that people seem to say, oh, apple pie, apple pie. To me, you know, it's a little bit more like baking spices, but I think it's a fantastic fragrance, and it's honorable mention number 1. Honorable mention number 2 is going to be from the House of Guerlain, and yeah, it's just, it is Tonka Imperial, just a great, great, great fragrance. It's actually the only one I own from the Art Materials line. I don't love Spiritus Double Mini, but there are others I do like from. I like the Myrrh one a lot. I really like Cure Beluga. I love Iris Ganache, which has been discontinued. I gotta go through more of them, but I think they're all excellent. I do love this one. I love this mix of tonka, and there's rosemary in here, so it's not too sweet. It's a little bit herbal. It's just fantastic. So those are my 2 honorable mentions: Tonka Imperial and Amber Heart. Number 5 for the top 5 gourmands in my collection is from the House of Casamarati from Xerjoff, and this one is called Lyra. Now, the reality of the situation is you can get Tendre Modeling by Laurence Dumont, which is pretty close to this one, for like 20 bucks. This is better, but I don't know if it's worth you guys spending the extra couple $100 to grab this. This is a fantastic fragrance: caramel, blood orange, and vanilla. It's just divine. It smells so good. You know, I always say, and I feel like what females want is when it's colder out, they want you to smell edible, and when it's warmer out, they want you to smell fresh and clean. And this one is delectable. I've gotten so many positive comments from females on this one. I'm definitely happy to have it in my collection. It's pricey, but it's really good quality. So number 5 is this guy, Lyra by Casamarati. Number 4 is from the House of Bond, number 9. Look, New Harlem is great. It's nothing to scoff at. It could have easily made it into this list. I like this one a little bit better. I've heard it's discontinued. I don't know for sure, but this is I Love New York for all. A little annoying with these. The caps, I don't know why, seem to turn brown, but part of the game. But this, gosh, this one is so good. It's, I mean, I don't know if you can still get it. If so, it was cheap. I know when I got it, it's got coffee, cocoa, chestnuts. I think it's supposed to smell like one of those like chestnut carts in New York City in Times Square. You walk by them and it has that roasted nut smell. Man, it's so good, so perfect for a cold day in the winter or fall. Just a great holiday scent. You know, guys, I think it's one of the best fragrances from Bond number 9, if I'm being honest. I Love New York for all by Bond number 9. Number 3, back to the House of a Lab on Fire. I mentioned Made in Heaven. This one's better. This is fantastic. This is called Paris LA. I don't know why no one talks about this in our community. It is a fragrance that's supposed to represent a connection between Paris and LA. So for Paris, they gave you macaron, not macaroons, which are the coconut sort of nut cookies. Macarons are made from, you know, they have like the very soft wafer like outside, and then a cream sugar filling, and they have all different sorts of flavors, everything ranging from pistachio and raspberry to chestnut and peanut butter, and they're just fantastic. And so you got that from the LA side, and then for that from the Paris side, and then from the LA side you've got a Coca-Cola Accord in this, which is really, really realistic and well done. Oh, this is so good. You also have a lime, crisp, zesty, breezy lime though in here with the Coca-Cola and the macaron. It's just amazingly unique, so well crafted and blended. It's the 3rd best gourmand fragrance in my collection, one of my favorite gourmands of all time. If you have not got your nose on Paris LA, I highly recommend you do so. It's also not super expensive. Number 2 is from the House of Shane Blue. I don't know why my juice turned when I got it. It was clear now. It's like an amber color. This is salt caramel. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's just a salty caramel fragrance, but that simplicity of just that is perfect. It's almost like a salt caramel solo floor. It's just great. It smells like salty caramel, you know, a little bit like buttery popcorn. Just perfect again for a cold day. I think it's like $100 a bottle. They sell 30 on all of these. Shane Blue makes just some fantastic fragrances, some great fresh fragrances, and this beautiful Gourmand, and it is what it says it is, salt caramel. Number 2 from the House of Shea and Blue, just deceptively simply beautiful. And number 1 is from the House of Killian. I remember smelling this and just really being floored. I remember being like, thinking to myself, wow, so they took Angel Men and they did it right. This is simply cardamom, coffee, nutmeg, and cinnamon, and I swear I get a touch of cocoa out of this. That could just be super dark coffee, but the coffee note in here is amazing. It smells like Turkish coffee. It's called Intoxicated, and it came out with, what is it, Smoke for the Soul and one other, and that smells like exactly like marijuana. I forget the name of it, but those I felt like were both very poor in comparison to this one. I smelled Black Phantom briefly, and I really liked it. Good enough so that it might surpass this one, but for now, man, this is just, the bottle is just off the hook. The presentation off the hook, and it's just my favorite Gourmand fragrance to wear. The coffee with the mix of spice is just perfect. It's perfect, and it's not too sweet, which a good Gourmand is not too sweet. That's sort of the trick, I feel like, to a good Gourmand. I feel like it's why Tonka Imperial is so good. It's balanced a little bit by rosemary. And in Amber Narguilé, Jean-Claude Ellena did take it too far, you know, with those notes. He gave a little bit of dryness to not make it cartoonish and over-exaggerated. So a great Gourmand isn't just syrupy, sappy, sweet. That's when Gourmand scent starts to smell a little bit juvenile, a little bit teenager-ish, you know. Good ones have restraint. So those are my top 5 Gourmand fragrances in my collection. This winter, we're going to be looking at the top 5 leather fragrances in my collection. I'm working on that list now. It's a hard one because there's some goodies out there, but I think I know what my top 5 are. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this series. If there's something you'd like to see, a note or a theme, please feel free to message me, and I'll try to get that on the list. I hope you're enjoying this series. I hope you enjoy my videos. I'll see you this weekend for a review. We're going to review one from L'Artisan Parfumé this weekend, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching this.